Welcome in to the NY to MD podcast. Your host, Kevin Hurt and Brian Sherrard. What up, B?
Yeah, Hurt, what's going on, man?
Episode Ciene Uno.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's good to be back, man. 101 in the house.
Yep, and you know they used to have classes like biology 101.
Yeah.
Math 101.
Yeah.
I struggled at those things.
Oh, okay.
English 201, I'm good at.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gym.
Well, don't worry. We'll graduate and we'll be taking 201. And,
bowling, billiards, and golf.
in another 2 years, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, those things are expensive too.
Credits. Yeah, man. Those 200 level courses are no joke, huh?
No. Let me tell you, those 100 level courses. What you talking? Why are you jumping up so high?
Oh,
you got to start from the beginning with those things.
Hey.
So yeah, but I mean, it was MLK Day.
Yes.
On Monday, our schools were closed. I actually had a day. Well, I took a day off.
That's good. That's good, man. I'm so glad you took a day off, man, because it seems like you never take a day off. Man.
I never take a day off.
It's crazy.
It's funny. I was just talking to my manager, and I was talking to her about my trip to Miami.
Okay.
I was like, wait, did I take Monday off? She's like, no. I was I went to.
You didn't take that Monday off?
I went to work. So I went down there early Saturday morning by myself, which I didn't pay attention to who was arriving when.
Yeah.
That was on me. Didn't know where my what's that thing called? Rental car was. So
yeah, that's right.
I had to take an Uber to the rental car. That's smart. Then after that, just driving around waiting for people.
Yeah.
Then after that, just kept driving for the rest of the day. It seemed like. So yeah, but then we took my flight got back before everybody else.
Oh, it did?
I think it left. I had a straight flight.
So did I.
But what time did you leave?
I can't remember. We left around. It was like 7 something, right?
Because we were all at the airport at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, I got back. I think around 11.
Wow.
Or something, and drove home, went to work.
Wow. You're a good man, Hurt. No,
but you know what? After the game between Washington and Dallas, and I got home 2:00 in the morning from that Sunday night game, I went straight to work.
What?
Yes. I couldn't talk.
Like 1 hour of sleep? Good gracious, man.
No, I had like good three.
Wait a minute, speaking of Washington and Dallas, is that RFK?
Yes, it is.
I was about to say.
Yes, which is another reason why I like this movie. He's like, I wish that was FedEx. Just trash that. Please, take it with you.
Oh, my gosh.
Use that as a weapon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? FedEx, terrible. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on this week.
Yeah, man.
In sports, not all good.
No.
Not all bad either.
No.
Z-Day arrived.
Yes.
We're going to just do initials. AB.
Okay.
Had some controversy. EM, sorry.
Okay.
Or just Eli. That doesn't work for him.
Yeah.
But Eli retired.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of... and SW left the Australian opener.
Yeah. And we had, KU versus KSU?
Yep. Well, in a real fight. It wasn't even a basketball game.
Yeah.
Well, it was until it wasn't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of suspensions and stuff there. So let's start out with...
where you want to start?
The championship games.
All right.
AFC and NFC. We'll start with the NFC, where the Packers traveled over to San Francisco to play the 49ers. And the game came out, I think, how everybody expected it to come out.
Yeah.
49ers dominated the time of possession. They dominated on defense. They kept the ball out of A-Rod's hands until like the second half. But when Garoppolo tried 8 passes, because they could not stop the run.
Nah,
they couldn't stop Mostert.
He went Al Bundy on him, son.
Dude,
4 touchdowns in the games.
Dude, my god!
And I heard some crazy stat where he had like 200 plus yards rushing, but he had like 200 yards before contact. That's crazy, man.
No, you can see he had a straight lane. He had lanes.
Yeah.
Like you talking about,
they weren't holes, like, they were lanes.
They were parting of the cheese.
Yes.
He just ran right through those spaces, and that was it. He's like 10 yards downfield before they touched him.
Yeah, man.
So, and like I said, when your quarterback doesn't have to throw it all, not saying, again, I know a lot of people can criticize Garoppolo And the fact that he didn't have to throw. Well, if you don't
I can't
have to throw, then don't throw.
Right. I can't criticize him.
Yeah, but I think people are just like, well, does he not trust him? If something's working. Remember, like on a 3rd and 8, they did a draw play.
Oh, they did?
They did a draw play on a 3rd and 8 and got a first down.
Wow.
I mean, so it was like, if you could do that all day, guess what? You're just going to keep running the ball. And if they can't. I remember one year, to give the Patriots a little bit of credit, even though luckily we're not going to see them this Super Bowl. It was one game, I think Tom Brady, I forgot who they played. I swear it was like a playoff game, or maybe it was like a regular season game. But he handed off the ball a ton. And I can't remember what game, but he only threw the ball like maybe 12 to 15 times or something.
Well, it's funny you should say that because it was actually a couple years ago. It was the last game of the season. Well, maybe it wasn't the last game, but they played a game against Miami, against the Dolphins in Miami, but Tom Brady threw the ball, like you said, maybe 12 or 15 times, but they lost that game, so I don't think that's the game you're talking about.
No, they won it. Like, their game plan was to run the ball against this team, and they ran it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they kept running, and I forgot who, could have been Corey Dillon, so I don't remember who it was at running back, but they were running the ball first, second down, like every single time, first, second down. Like, he wasn't throwing hardly any that game. So if it's a strategy and it works, you go for it.
So was this Shanahan making up for lost times in the Super Bowl and everybody said he should have run it?
No, no. This was him looking at a team that could not stop the run.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, which he should have, though.
Yeah.
He should have.
He should have ran.
Yeah, he definitely should have ran.
But he's got a chance to really make up in a week, man.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. But
and they have a chance to tie New England and Pittsburgh for 6 Super Bowl titles. Yep. I think out of all the dynasties or a lot of teams, people forget about how great San Francisco was.
Yeah.
I hated them. I hated Joe Montana and Jerry Rice and Taylor and all the Dana Stubblefield and all those people that they used to have. Roger Craig. I mean, Bill Walsh. That team was dynamic. That was a dynamic team, and I think people forget how good that team was because after, those days of what's his name? Who's that left? Steve Young.
Oh, okay.
It just kind of went down until Alex Smith was there, and then a guy named Colin Kaepernick showed up and took him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, to lose to my Ravens.
Yes, and they had a ton of years of total mediocrity. They were terrible for a long time. But we forget, they got 5 Super Bowl wins. So they're going for number 6.
Yeah. But
who would they be playing in that final?
Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Magic Pat.
Wow, man. Now, I predicted Tennessee.
You and
strictly
Alexa.
Based on a storyline. I think at one point you even sent me a text like, yeah, there goes the homecoming or something you said. But no, man.
Pat, you mean for Tannehill?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. My God.
Yeah.
That game would have been so boring.
Yes.
With Tennessee and 49ers.
It just would have been a run fest. Derrick Henry.
That's it.
Raheem Mostert. It just would have been, boring. But no, this is the matchup. This is the right matchup.
It is.
And like I said, I've said this a couple times. I knew San Fran was going to the Super Bowl when I saw him play the Ravens. It's like, this team is good. They're definitely going. I didn't know if we were going, but I knew they were going. So that doesn't surprise me. Kansas City doesn't surprise me either. This was both of our preseason, before, beginning of the year, we both picked Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl. This is just the natural progression of Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, man. I mean, they got to the AFC Championship last year, just fell short, went to overtime, fell short. And, they got the AFC Championship back at their place, thanks to the Ravens losing to the Titans. And they going to the Super Bowl. And honestly, if Kansas City had played the Ravens, they still would have beat the Ravens and gone to the Super Bowl. So they are the team. Even though the Ravens went 14-2 and were the best team in the league, Kansas City is really peaking at the right time, and their defense, man, is really getting better. I mean, earlier in the year, actually not even this year, for the past 2 years, they were like one of the worst run defenses in the league. But But, man, did they shore up their run defense, and it really showed on Sunday, man, because they held, Derrick Henry to, less than 70 yards, about 70 yards on the ground. So, you do that, and you make Tannehill throw. He turns into Tannehill.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have, a horrible game.
He threw a bad interception, though.
Yeah, he definitely did. I mean, so did Aaron Rodgers. He threw a bad one, too.
But
he was under pressure that whole time.
Yeah.
When you're under pressure, everybody looks like they're going to be open. Yeah. So you just try to get the ball away.
But the crazy thing is, man, Tennessee was controlling that game for a good part of the game. Remember, they had a lead. I think they were up 17-7 at one point. And I was like, wow. And I remember watching this thinking, wow, these dudes are really going to the Super Bowl? But no, thank goodness Pat Mahomes woke up and didn't look back.
That was it?
Yeah, didn't look back. I think Tyreek Hill had, 2 or 3 touchdowns? No, they're a good team, man. They're a good team. They have so many weapons.
Yeah, and they're kind of balanced. They don't run as much.
Yeah, they run just good enough, to keep you honest. But Pat Mahomes, man, he's freaking awesome. He is a magician, man, out on that football field.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. Because Richard Sherman usually lines up on one side of the field, and next week we'll break down the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but it's going to be. I'm curious to see how they set up their offense and what they're going to try. How both teams are going to do it.
Yeah. So who's the favorite going into this game?
Vegas has Kansas City is like a 3-point favorite.
3 points.
Like that. Yeah.
Wow. Because this is one I'm actually struggling with, and we'll talk about it next week. But I really don't know who to choose, man. I do. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a given. It's a given for me. But I mean, both those, like you said, we both had Kansas City winning the AFC and going to the Super Bowl.
And I think we both picked Kansas City to win the Super Bowl. Or did you pick Green Bay?
No, I picked Kansas City.
Yeah, so I know I
did have Green Bay going. They made it pretty far.
Yeah, man, you almost had it. You almost had it, man.
I want A-Rod to go back again. But honestly, when you look at it, it was just him and Devontae. That was it. Like, there was really nothing else out there. So, but it was like I said, it was a good game. Up to a certain point of that. And I was, like you said, I was shocked that Kansas City was struggling to move the ball at first for a while.
Yeah, man.
Until they finally did. I think that game was like 3 degrees. It was cold that game, too.
Yeah, it was super cold that game. Which is even more the reason why I'm impressed by the KC defense to really shut down Derrick Henry. Because, in the cold, that big and fast guy, you don't feel like tackling that dude in the cold. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So no, that was a good job, man. So we'll see. I think this is going to be a very, very entertaining Super Bowl, man. So
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
just see how the Bosa, Nick Bosa, Pat Mahomes, just Richard Sherman, period.
Yeah,
is going to be entertaining. So we'll see, but that's some good games.
Yeah.
So speaking of Tannehill,
okay,
there's a lot of quarterback free agents for next season. Some big names. Besides Tannehill, but there's Drew Brees, Teddy Bridgewater, Thomas Henry
Brady.
It's funny if his middle name was Henry.
That was.
Yeah, Tom Brady and who am I missing? Teddy Bridgewater, Tom Brady,
Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers, and someone who we thought was going to be there, but who retired this week.
Wow.
Is Eli Manning.
So did you shed a tear, Hurt?
No, thank God. So tired of him beating us. I was happy he needed to go.
Yeah. It was about time, man. I mean, these last 2-3 years, really longer than that. It's been kind of hard to watch Eli. You know what I mean?
But that's the whole thing. I think in most seasons it's hard to watch Eli. Yeah. Eli is not a pretty quarterback.
No.
Like, just the way he throws everything. Not saying Peyton was. I kind of got used to Peyton's way of throwing the ball and quarterbacking. Eli's just so... It's like he had to do so much, it seemed like, to get rid of the ball. But, again, he won 2 Super Bowls. He was a 2-time Super Bowl MVP also, which is like one of 5 guys to even have that distinction.
Yeah.
So,
and he beat the dynasty of this generation, so...
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Once time when they were undefeated.
Yeah. So
and I was actually rooting for him that game because I didn't want to see the Patriots go.
Yeah.
That would have been.
I remember that.
God. Which is shocking because, as much as I didn't like the Giants, but it's just that team was so arrogant.
Yeah.
So I was so happy that they lost that game.
So of course, all the questions came out this week. Is Eli a Hall of Famer? What's your opinion on Eli?
He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I'm not even just, if you want to look at his, he's got 266 interceptions and like 344 touchdowns, I believe. He was not the prettiest of quarterbacks. But again, I go back to look who's in the Hall of Fame when it comes to Joe Namath, if you want to look at his numbers. If you want to look at Terry Bradshaw's numbers. These people weren't great quarterbacks.
No.
But Eli's going to get in the Hall of Fame due to the fact that now, I don't care if it's first ballot. It doesn't matter to me. Speaking of which, we could talk about Derek Jeter, too, later on. But it doesn't matter if you're first ballot, second ballot, first year, third year, as long as you get in. And I think Eli may not go in the first time, but he's going to go in. Because how are you going to keep out a two-time Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah.
You can't. Now, if it was one thing if he just played if he was like, not to diss Trent Dilfer, but if he Trent Dilfer'd those Super Bowls, you know what I mean? Then I can understand.
Okay.
But he won those games for them.
Yeah.
With those passes that Mario Manning hand down the sideline, how he got out of that sack against the Patriots to throw to David Tyree, I still don't have any idea.
Still don't know how he got out of that. But no, you're right. He's not a Hall of Famer, but he is. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame because of what he did in the postseason. But it's weird because, you say he's a two-time Super Bowl MVP, which is true. But then I start to thinking, if Joe Flacco were to win another Super Bowl, would he go to the Hall of Fame?
Maybe. I mean, I don't even know what their numbers are. I mean, his numbers could be a lot closer to Eli's.
They're not.
They're not? Okay.
No. But if he would have won a Super Bowl.
If he won another one, you'd have to eventually put him in there.
No, forget this.
He's a two-time MVP of the most important game in the NFL.
There's no way I will put Joe Flacco in the Hall of Fame. And that's my guy. That is my guy. Yeah. Joe is my guy.
I mean, it's not going to happen for him, but it just...
Right.
I'm just saying it's hard. It would be that dude had to be mediocre every year of his whole existence and just be good for that playoff. Like Eli on those Super Bowls, they won all those games on the road. They won up in Green Bay when it was like -7 degrees or something.
Yeah,
like they had those games where they won all on the road. Yeah. They start off at Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah, you're right.
And won on the way to go to the Super Bowl.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
And even playing the Patriots that year when the Patriots were 18-0, they played the Patriots earlier in the season and got beat. And then they, because they played the NFC East that season. So, but he's going to go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, we got to stop with those with the questions. He's going.
Yeah.
He won the greatest quarterback, but you can't take that away from him.
So out of the rest of these quarterbacks who are free agents, who do you think is going to go back to their original team, and who do you see going over?
All of them. Drew Brees ain't going nowhere.
Well,
Teddy Bridgewater, I don't know where he's going. But I can see him
Phillip
coming
Rivers
back.
is going back to Los Angeles.
So he's a free agent?
He's a free agent. And he moved his whole family to Florida. Like, everybody. All 15 kids.
Wow.
He moved. I don't think he has 15. That's
Why is he moving his family?
But he has about
Florida?
7 or 8.
I don't get that.
His family or her family is in the southeast area, and they just wanted to be closer to family. That's what he was saying.
It's crazy because this is a guy who was driving from L.A. to San Diego while he was playing in L.A.
Yeah, but that's not that far.
No, but what I'm saying, with that L.A. traffic it is. I mean, it's only an hour and a half away. But,
well, it's not like he had a lot of traffic after the game was over because all the fans came out of town.
Yeah.
So he had to worry about that.
Yeah, that's true. But no, it's just odd that this guy was willing to do that commute, but yet all of a sudden they're moving. So that tells me he's done.
Hey, he's not going back to San Diego.
No.
San Diego.
He ain't going back.
He just said San Diego, so my brain went to San Diego. He's not going back to play for the Chargers.
Yeah, he's done.
I think. I mean, especially when you move your whole family, and then you said he's a family oriented guy, and to move all the way across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
Yeah,
he's done. I think Drew Brees will be back. New Orleans and Drew Brees are a marriage that hasn't stayed together until Drew Brees calls it a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think Tannehill's going to go back.
Yep.
And unless there's some rift between Brady and Belichick, Tom's going to, no one can see Tom being another Jersey. Johnny Unitas ended up with another team.
San Diego.
Joe Namath ended up with another team. It happens. It does happen. But I don't see this happening. Brady is going to go back for at least a season 2. But they do need to build more around him and give him more weapons. So we'll see. But I think most of the quarterbacks. So I think Teddy is an interesting case. Where does he go? Where does he fit? Maybe he could fit in for a San Diego. God keeps you said San Diego once, and I can't get it out of my head. Yeah. He goes, maybe he.
But I said it in the right context, though.
No, you said it. No, you said he was traveling back to LA. And then now I can't get San Diego out of my head. No, you used it perfectly. But does he go play for the Chargers? What about Jacksonville? How is Nick Foles' contract? Was it, or did they want to keep Minshew? So or does Tennessee say, who's the cheaper of the two? I think we could win with either one of these quarterbacks, and maybe Teddy could be the person that they take in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, a lot of places are looking for, solid quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Because, Cincinnati's drafting one. I think most of, or even Miami. So who can be a short bridge person in Miami, unless you want Fitzpatrick back?
Well,
I'm sorry. And Dak is a free agent. I forgot about that.
Well, he's not. Yeah, that's right. But Dak's not going anywhere.
I would love for him to go somewhere.
The question is, how much is this dude going to make? So, but he's not going anywhere. I'm still on this Teddy Bridgewater. I really have no idea, man. I still think he has so much to prove too.
No, he definitely does. He's got to stay healthy. And he needs to. The best thing is to stay healthy and perform. Again, I know he was 5-0 when Breeze was out, but it's been such a long time where we actually see him guiding a team to do something. So it's going to take a minute. Because again, unfortunately that injury had happened during practice while he was in Minnesota was so devastating that he was out for a while. Then when he came back, the only thing that you were provided is a backup role. So where can you go? Maybe a Jacksonville would be okay for him, and he can compete for that starting job. So there's not too many, because there's really not a bunch of teams out there that need.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to think who needs.
Yeah, Buffalo, no. The Jets, no. Miami does. New England, no. Chargers, yes. Depends on what the Raiders want to do with Carr. Houston, no. Dallas doesn't have anybody, but like you said, I'm sure Dak's going to go back there. Yeah. Denver, probably Drew Lock. Seattle, no. Rams, no. Cleveland, no. Cincinnati's going to draft somebody. Yeah. So unless they want someone to come in for a year and they want to sit Burrow for a year, it depends. Pittsburgh, no. Ravens, no. Who else is in your division? No, I got everybody in your division, I think. Washington, probably not, because he just got Haskins.
Yeah.
Giants, no. Philly, no. Green Bay, no. Maybe Detroit, since, you hate Matthew Stafford so much. You never know about him. Yeah, so it's going to be, but you know what? It's going to be a really fun offseason.
Yeah.
It's a fun offseason, and that draft out there in Vegas is going to be insane.
Oh, that's going to be awesome, man. I would love to go to that draft, man.
Dude.
Love to go.
Dude, if there's one part of the year that I ever wanted to go to Vegas, it would be this.
Yes.
And it would be for this reason.
Yes.
Forget all those other trips. Where was it? In Philly, Chicago.
Nashville.
This is in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nashville. Blah. This isn't Vegas.
Well,
Can you imagine?
Nashville, it was good. They did a good job.
Blah.
But Vegas?
Blah, Nashville.
Man.
Vegas.
I know, man.
Whew. Man, that's going to be off the chain. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, we got we'll do our Super Bowl picks and our breakdowns next week. for the Super Bowl.
You can't say that. Be careful now. You don't want to get it's the big game, Hurt. It's the big game.
Super Bowl XVI or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't listening to this. It's okay. It's okay. Now, if I get something in the mail, then I'm like, okay,
right.
My bad. So, speaking of football, let's stick with football. Dude, what's going on for your favorite player of all time, man? You can really pick these dudes.
Man, I know, man. First of all, did you see the video, man, of him cussing out the cop show?
That's not me. I don't like watching any of those things.
Whew, man. I
heard about it, but I didn't watch it.
Not good. Yeah, he's just off the rails, man. He just needs help. Something's going on with him. He needs to take care of his mental health, man. And I'm not saying
take care of your mentals. That's what Marshawn was saying. Take care of your mentals.
That's what Marshawn did say.
And AB's not taking care of his mentals.
Nah, he's just not. He's just not in a good place right now, man. And Drew Rosenhaus, he's stopped representing him, but he'll represent him. It's on a conditional basis. If he gets some help, get himself together, he'll.
I'm sure when you represent somebody for so long, you become attached to them. You don't want to just abandon them. They're kind of like family,
right?
So I totally get that.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, it just hasn't been good. There was a warrant for his arrest earlier this week.
Yep.
He barricaded himself inside his house.
Yeah, they brought him in a suicide suit.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, like, what's it called? Like a suicide prevention suit. So not like your regular orange. This is where they think you could do harm to yourself type suit. Yeah. So it was. I did see that picture. That was a very stark picture.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Wow, I gotta check that out. No, man, but it's sad, man. And when I'm hearing all this stuff, and when you think about all the stuff that's gone down with him, I just thought back to Oakland, and I was just thinking, man, all he had to do was shut up, man, and wear that helmet. Like, if he had just done that, he'd be straight. Now he's not getting paid. No team's going to pick him up after this. He's too much of a wild card. He's under. He doesn't have a job. It's just all have gone downhill, and all he needed to do was just be quiet for a couple days, get your signing bonus, show up to training camp, and do your thing, and you'll be all right.
And just chill out.
Yeah,
just chill out. But he just couldn't chill out.
He couldn't do it.
I remember when he first got out of playing for Oakland. Whatever. Yeah, they're Oakland.
Yeah, Oakland.
Before they're Vegas. Which I can't imagine him in Vegas. But I wasn't happy with how he was reacting to that whole thing.
When he was running around?
Yeah, he was running around. He's like, I'm free, and everything was as if, people were keeping him hostage. And I remember commenting, like, I had an issue with how he reacted to that whole thing. And then, and no one in the NFL thought it was a big issue, so the Patriots bring him in. Then the Patriots like, no, you do have problems. We can't have you here. Then he apologized, and he'll post stuff, and he just could not get off Twitter like certain other politicians. And he was just there all the time. Like, what are you talking about? Then, he's going back and forth with people. He might do like a good deed in between that, but then all this stuff with his kid and talking and like this incident here, it's just been a progression the whole way.
Yeah.
And I get tired of people making excuses for athletes. Stop talking about if he's going to be back. Talk about, is he going to get help?
Get help.
He needs help.
Yeah.
He needs like Josh Gordon. How many chances has Josh Gordon freaking gotten? And I'm not a person saying, oh, let's not turn on back. But again, he has an extraordinary talent. And those people have more chances than, say, you and I would. Because, if I show up to work and violated the policy 847 times, we're out of a job. And not only are we out of a job, we're probably not hired back anyplace else.
Right.
Then we keep giving these people chances. Well, maybe this time will be different. It's never different with most of these people. Stop giving them chances. Stop. AB does not deserve to be. You're talking about people that doesn't deserve to be or represent the Shield. He doesn't.
No.
Kaepernick does. He doesn't. Kaepernick didn't do any of this stuff.
No, not at all. Not at all.
As the NFL had their violence campaign. Did you see the Anquan Bolton commercial?
I saw it, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, what was about the off-duty police officer shooting and that was his cousin, unarmed black man. And they actually posted a video, and people were like, oh, the NFL is posting a video, and like giving them praise. And I'm like, but where's Colin Kaepernick? That's what he was talking about this whole time. But you can't sit here and you're going to tell the NFL that they're doing a good job because they showed the commercial during the first part of a playoff game? Get out of here.
Give me a break.
Stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. It's, I don't want to get into that, but yeah, it's just a joke. All right. Wednesday. I don't know if you know what Wednesday was.
Yeah, only because you told me.
Yeah, I did. It was Z Day.
Wow, man.
Baby.
The long-awaited
debut of the most hyped athlete since LBJ.
Yes.
Zion Williamson, man. Your thoughts?
So I made sure I watched the game. Mm-hmm. I watched it for about the first half, and I was just bored. I was like, Zion he played a little bit. He sat a little bit. They really controlled his minutes the first game. But, I think in the first half, he only scored like 5 points. And I was just like, I got to go to bed. It's late. I'll catch you on the flip, Zion.
Yep.
Then I wake up, 22 points in this debut. I'm like, what happened? 4 threes. Like, what? 4 threes? I didn't even know Zion could shoot threes, first of all. I don't remember him shooting threes.
He shot threes a couple at Duke.
Okay.
Well, more than Ben Simmons.
Yeah, man. That's the thing that got me. I was like, man, this dude's probably got more threes than Ben Simmons as his whole career. Right. Which was confirmation by your text that you sent me. But, no, it's cool. And we played last night, right?
I missed that one.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be on ESPN, but it wasn't. They had Clippers and who were the Clippers playing last night?
Miami.
Miami, yes. And that was an okay game. So I just watched that. But, yeah, man. What did you think?
I'm glad that we have some kind of mid-season hype going on about something.
Oh, you mean the All-Star game?
Well, besides that. We needed this. We needed this boost. We need someone else to talk about. And again, the Pelicans are out of the playoff race currently.
Yeah.
But to me, the NBA, the more stars, the merrier.
Right.
And I know this is just his second game. He hasn't even played. But I do like the fact that the NBA is so much better when they have different markets have superstars. Because then you can kind of tune in. Because really, in all seriousness, who's tuning into a Pelicans-Spurs game at all, ever? Unless Tim Duncan and AD were there, right? Or that would be the only time you would tune into a New Orleans Spurs game. I don't even know who's on the Spurs currently, except for LaMarcus Aldridge.
I was about to say the same
Popovich,
thing. That's it.
I forgot his assistant.
Kawhi Leonard.
I'm just going to go back and just Bruce Bowen. I mean, so David Robinson. So it's, no one's watching, but everybody was tuning in because it was a debut of somebody. And then the Pelicans are going to be on. You're probably just going to watch just to see what he does.
Yeah.
That's how it was with the Cavaliers, or that's how it was when Kobe came in, or that's how it was when KG came, to Minnesota. You're not watching those games unless those guys were there. And basketball is so much better when every market kind of has their person, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's real exciting to look at that. And this week even too, I think the Lakers played Boston because they're doing their little East Coast trip. And I was watching a little bit of that game. I didn't watch the whole game. But what's his name? The guard. I can't think of his name.
Kemba Walker?
Thank you. Kemba Walker got his first win ever against the LeBron James team.
Oh, wow.
He was 0-28. The only other person who was over against that long against somebody, I think, was Sherman Douglas against Mike. He's like 0-30.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine that? Now, again, he wasn't on some great teams, But I can't even imagine just a regular season game, and you can't even beat this dude.
Yeah.
Well, your teams. I can't blame you specifically, but man, just imagine every time you played somebody, the team he was on beat you every single time.
That's crazy.
So, congratulations to Kemba.
So, let me tell you something I saw that I liked this week in the NBA. A couple nights ago, the Lakers were playing the Brooklyn Nets, and they were playing them in Brooklyn. So, of course, I'm watching, and I see that awesome court. I think they have the best court in all of the NBA.
You love that court.
But you know what made it even better? Because sometimes I'll watch the games where the Nets are playing, and they're wearing that gray uniforms. And it's just like, oh, man, that gray just blends in with the floor because the floor is gray. But, Joe, this game they had the white uniforms, and the Lakers had on their yellow uniforms. And with the contrast of the floor, they were just popped off the screen. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful to watch, man. That Brooklyn Nets court is awesome. And I'm talking about strictly the aesthetics of it. It's a work of art, man. But when you have Brooklyn wearing their white unis, man, it was great. But then just to see that bright white on that bright yellow against that gray, it was just so fun to watch.
Their court's okay.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Right. Now, it's still better than, what was that court? Than Memphis's court. University of Memphis.
Yeah.
That court's horrible.
Yeah.
But in saying that, though, honestly, the dude who I like looking forward to watching is John Morant still.
Yeah.
He was my favorite dude in college last year, and he's my favorite rookie.
He's fun to watch. He is so fun to watch, man.
So, but again, they have that guy you can watch. Dallas has that guy you can watch. Certain teams have guys you can watch. Even when you watch Atlanta, you're like, I could watch Trey, I guess. See what they're not going to really win a lot of games. But it's like watching a Wizards game. Let me see what Bradley does.
Yeah.
So at least it's somewhat Portland.
Yeah.
With Dame Dollar, who had 61 points this week.
He had the quietest 61 points. Nobody's really talking about it.
Nope.
But speaking of the Wizards, by the way, they took Miami to overtime in Miami the other night. They barely lost that game, and then they beat Detroit. I think Cleveland earlier this week as well. So they're playing okay. Bradley Beal had a bunch of points this week, so they're doing okay for Wizard standards. It's just that when they play the really really good teams, they just get blown out. Yeah,
I mean that's Wizard standards that they're horrible.
Yeah,
I still got to go to a Wizards game this year, though.
All right,
so I still got to go.
Yep. But man, NBA's heating up. I can't wait because I'm going to really start concentrating on the NBA once football season's over. So
yeah, well, it's almost over, man.
That's what I'm saying. So
you got your Pro Bowl game Sunday.
Yeah, I get to see my man Lamar.
They're trying a new way to do onside kicks by not doing onside kicks. So did you read about that?
No, I totally forgot.
So instead of doing the onside kick, the team who, after they score a touchdown or try the 2-point or field goal, whatever, they have the option of running a play from their own 25-yard line, but it'll be like a 4 and 15.
Okay.
So if they get to 15 yards, they can keep the ball.
All right.
If they don't, the other team gets the ball at the dead ball spot. Because it's a fourth down play. So, say for instance, you 4-15, you go back to pass, it's incomplete. The other team takes over at the 25-yard line.
At the opponent's 25-yard line?
Yes.
I like it.
Or they could not kick off, and the other team gets the ball like they're 25 or 35 or something.
Interesting.
But instead of doing the onside kick, they could try the 4 and 15 play.
I love it.
Wow, I thought you'd hate that.
No, dude, I actually like that, man. I love that a lot because I feel like, to me, that's fair. Now, but the only thing is penalties. Like, if there's a penalty, what do you start the play over? Or if there's I just don't want to see any automatic first downs.
Well, if there's a pass interference.
See, I have a problem with that then.
Well, if there's a penalty, you got to call a penalty.
Nah, man.
That's all.
Yeah, but
that's what happens during a regular game.
Yeah, but but this is a special type of thing. So I feel like if there's a pass interference, there's got to be. I just don't want it to be. Put it this way: if there's pass interference, you get a 10-yard penalty, but no automatic first down. Like you do a penalty, but just no, or half the distance, but no automatic first down. Because to me, if it's automatic first down, that's too easy of a way for someone to get the ball back on an onside, in quotes, onside kick.
So I'm so confused about what you're saying.
Basically, what I'm saying, 4th and 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we got to make this hard.
Like there's defensive holding,
right? But if it's defensive holding, penalize him for yardage, but not an automatic. So
make it a 4th and 10 instead of a 4th and 15 or whatever the case is.
Yes.
But what if it's a penalty that's over the 15 yards?
Then it's a 10-yard penalty. That way, no, because my thing is, this is just to see if we're getting.
There's spot ball foul. Like you can't just change the rule that's in the book due to just those circumstances.
I just feel like this is a cheap way. Because hold on, because we're getting refs involved. See, and this is where we have a problem.
That's where we always get involved.
You see what I'm saying? So you could, I'm just going to take a shot, and then you have because the refs being the refs, pass interference, ball on the all the way down to 10-yard line. Like, nah, man. Then I feel like it's just too easy. Like the thing I like about the onside kick is hard. It's hard.
Well, yeah, that's why. But teams aren't converting it as much. So, because they changed the rules on that as well.
Right.
But
you know what else is
the
hard?
lower concussions.
Right. But you know what else is hard? Getting a 4th and 14.
Oh yeah, that's real hard.
Which is fine. So let's just on this particular play, right? It's a special play. You have to convert on 4th and 14. But if there's a penalty, we're not.
15.
I'm sorry, 4 and 15. But we're not giving you an automatic first. I just don't believe in these automatic. Penalized for yards, but not an automatic first down. That's just me.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you can't take away the fact that if there's a 4 and 15 play and it's unnecessary roughness and they hit the quarterback, it's first down. And the team gets the ball. It's no matter what, it's a first down. So you can't take those things out of the play. I mean, I totally get what you're saying.
And the only reason why I say this hurt because prime example, defensive holding is a 5-yard penalty and a freaking automatic first down. Like, I just don't feel like.
But that's just the rule. I don't like that rule either.
I hate that rule, but I can just see refs calling these up defensive holding. And so now you don't even have to convert to 15 yards. You just get an automatic for. You see what I'm saying? To me, that's not right.
But if you hit the quarterback, a late hit,
that's where you that's where I can see
pass interference, or which is again that's subjective.
The hitting the quarterback,
that's hard.
That should still be a penalty. But the pass interference, I just feel like shouldn't be. It's tough. I gotta think about this a little bit more. I gotta think about it a little bit more.
Well, yeah, I was trying to, because you were really gung ho about it quicker than I thought you were going to be.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd like it that much. So.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you even finish telling me
about what? No, that was it. That was the only.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. That's what they're going to do. So, but I mean, it's just interesting.
Yeah, I'm for it, man. And I don't like the onside kick because it rarely ever works. So I'm certainly down for the 4th and 15. Yeah.
So we're going to just go totally away from that and go to. Did you see the end of that Kansas State game?
Man, you texted that to me, and I was like, what?
See, I turned to it in progress.
Oh, you did?
Because the Australian Open was supposed to be coming on at 9 o'clock. So I was like, I'll see who's facing each other today. So I turned to the channel, and it was just starting. So I was so confused. I thought I was like, it's an NBA game? I didn't know where they were. I didn't know who was playing. I could just hear the voices of the commentators. And I was just sitting there like, what is going on? Like, it threw my whole mind. I had no clue what was going on in that whole scene. But the issue was, I don't know if you saw it from the beginning, but Kansas was winning by like 30 or something.
Yeah.
And so they were going to dribble out the clock. Right. So they're dribbling out the clock, and the dude from Kansas State steals the ball.
Right.
Steals the ball, goes in for a layup. Of course, Kansas being upset, blocks the hell out of the ball, but he stands over the dude and looks at him. So then that causes pushing and shoving, and then next thing you know, it's basically an all-out fight. Yeah. They're in the stands. One dude, De Souza from Kansas, picks up a stool, He picks up a stool like he's going to throw it at somebody. Luckily, somebody takes it away from him. It was like a real fight.
Yeah. And he should be kicked out for the year. No more.
He's indefinitely suspended.
Oh, okay, good.
I think it was like up to 12 games, but I think it's like indefinite.
Good.
Because they only have like 13 games left in the season.
Nah, he does not need to be on the court anymore this year, man.
Yeah, but do you also, in your opinion, do you think that at the end of game situations like that, because I've seen it before when people, and the games aren't close. Oh, let me just it's like at the end of a football game. We're taking a knee. The game's over, but let me dive into the pile and try to get the ball from you. And then that starts a huge fight.
Yeah.
You think we should let the fact that the Kansas State dude's like, oh, I'm just going to go in and steal the ball and get some 2 points?
He shouldn't have did it, but
and they could block it. It was just the aftermath of that, I think.
Right.
Like, I would be upset. Honestly, he stole the ball. Oh, I'm making sure you ain't making that too.
Right.
But I'm not going to probably stand over you.
Exactly.
But because the game's like 30 points, what are you doing, homie?
Yeah, that's the thing. The game was done. I get it, but even still, it should not have gotten to that point, man.
No.
And that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Yeah,
man.
What the heck is going on?
The Sunflower Showdown, man. It's real between Kansas State and Kansas.
Wow, I see. Good gracious. But no, we can't have that, man. Can't have
cats and birds.
Yeah, we cannot have that in sports, man. Just can't have it.
You know what else we can't have in sports?
What's that?
Serena losing this early in Australia.
What the heck, man?
So she lost to a 27th ranked player. I will not try to pronounce her name. But I was watching the game, and it was straight sets. No. I lied. No, it was 3 sets.
Okay. I was about to say, good gracious,
my bad. It was 3 sets. But as I keep watching her, I keep having this feeling like all she needs is one more to tie. Mm-hmm. It's just getting further and further away.
Yeah.
Oh, I knocked something in there. But it just keeps getting further and further away. And I don't know how to... It's so weird. I don't know how to feel about it, I guess. I know she says she can compete. She's been to finals. It's not like she hasn't been to finals or been competing. But when she's gotten to the finals, she's not winning. And the whole thing is, can you finish the tournament?
Yeah.
What
was the last major? Who did she compete against in the last major? Was that Osaka, or was she in another one after that?
I think she was in another one after that.
Yeah.
Okay. She was. I think she lost to Selena Halep or something in one of the. I think she made the finals.
I think you're right.
Yeah, of another final, but I can't honestly remember which one it was. I think whatever it was, maybe it was Wimbledon. I think she lost at Wimbledon because I don't think she made it to the finals of the U.S. Open.
Okay.
This past year, because I think Naomi won that one.
Did she?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. But still, man, I don't know. Every time I keep seeing her play, and the earlier she goes out, I'm like, it's like Venus. Yeah. Venus was losing in the first round.
Yeah, Venus
like all
done.
the time. And again, Venus was not the player that Serena is.
Nah.
But man, it's just, I don't know. Man. It's like almost like the Tiger question. Is he ever going to reach that mark?
Yeah. Well, I didn't think Tiger had one more in him, and he did. And I think Serena does have one. I think she has one more in her, man.
I hope so.
She does.
She does. Because she's the greatest player I've ever seen play tennis.
Ever. Yeah. Greatest tennis player ever, man.
So I just want her to, not saying it's not validated, but to get that pinnacle, to tie that record, which is going to be very difficult for anyone else to do.
Yeah.
Unlike the men's side, because as soon as Federer retires, Djokovic or Nadal's going to take that record over. It's kind of like Peyton Manning's record.
Right.
It's going to be Tom Brady or Drew Brees taking it over. So, yeah, that's some crazy stuff. But that's all we have for the A side today. We got some other little stories, but we can talk about that another time. But this B side is going to be fun. We're going to talk about my favorite rapper of all time who got into a Hall of Fame. And he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, unlike Eli.
Oh,
watch out.
Whoa.
Both New York legends, too, right? But no, join us on the B-side. Thank you for everybody. Google Podcast, Spotify. We're on, Apple Podcast. I'm missing iHeartRadio. Excuse me. We have Spreaker and Stitcher apps at NYDMD Podcast. Follow all our social media. Facebook, Instagram, we're on Twitter and YouTube. And please subscribe to us on YouTube. And we'll see you on the B-side.
Yeah.
Welcome into the B-side of the NY&NT podcast. Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrard joining you on the entertainment side of things.
Yeah, man. Like Megan said, it's all about that bass, right?
Referring to the music, yes. Did not expect... After we were having like this whole conversation with Will Ferrell, I didn't expect Megan Trainor to come in our conversation at all.
Ah, man, you like that. You like that. You like that.
Okay. So, you want to call an audible and talk about what we're talking about? We can wait till next week. Okay.
Nah.
All right. No audible. No Omaha.
Oh,
no Omahas this week. All right. First things first. I think I
Papa freaks all the honey. Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to congratulate everyone. It was 2 weeks ago now who made the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, including Whitney Houston, who finally made it in.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yep. I want to dance with somebody. What is your favorite Whitney Houston song, by the way?
That's a great question.
I bet you I know what it is. Because you like those songs that I probably end up hating. Like anything from Titanic.
No.
My heart will go on.
My favorite Whitney Houston song is it's probably probably some songs off the Preacher's Wife soundtrack. I Believe in You and Me. I love that song. I also like the duo that she did with Mariah Carey, Prince of Egypt. What's the name of that song? I forget the name of the song, but yeah, I like probably I Believe in You and Me by Whitney Houston. That's off the Preacher's Wife soundtrack. Yes.
I think I Want to Dance with Somebody.
That would be my second.
I Believe That Children Are Future is the last song I ever want to hear.
Oh, that sounds awesome, man.
No,
I Will Always Love You.
No, never that.
Yeah.
No, never. I hated both of them. When I started, we lost so many of our top performers that we grew up with. Prince, Michael, Whitney.
Yeah, isn't that weird, man?
But I think sometimes you really forget to appreciate how good somebody is.
Okay.
And during Christmas, I keep forgetting how many Whitney Houston songs are Christmas songs. And I was like, man, I forgot she was rocking for Christmas songs, you know? And I was like, man, I miss Whitney. Like, I just miss that voice. I miss that, Super Bowl Whitney, that person who could really, she could sing.
Yeah.
She could sing.
Yeah, man.
She couldn't sing. She sang.
Yeah.
And she was just so freaking awesome as a singer. It's just, man, listen, when you're missing people like that as you get, I guess you get older, but you just start appreciating them.
Yeah, like these dudes were good. They were awesome. Now, it's funny because Nayla, she didn't grow up in the Whitney Houston era, but she listens to all kinds of music. And, sometimes I hear her listening to Whitney, and she's always playing that song. She said that's her favorite Whitney Houston song.
Which one? I Want to Dance with Somebody? Yeah.
Good. She loves that song.
Yeah, it's just a cool song. I even remember that I had a video in my head.
Okay.
It was a colorful video, which is her dancing around and whatever. It's I Want to Dance with Somebody. So, that was pretty good.
What's even sad, though? Like, with Whitney, with her daughter, man. And, it's just sad, man. Like,
my whole family.
It's just sad.
So, speaking of not sad, but still sad because he also had a premature life. Biggie got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Wow!
And
so now I have a reason to go to Cleveland.
And we have two reasons to go to Cleveland.
To see Cleveland.
See your new favorite player of all time, and Baker, and to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And maybe to see a Christmas Story house, too. Maybe I'll see that one day.
Yeah, as long as they're not doing the live one on TV.
Oh, that was awful.
I would definitely go out and see that. I would definitely go see that.
But Baker, he invited me to his house a month ago. I wasn't able to make it, though.
Yeah, I think he invited everybody.
Yeah. But
too bad his house wasn't ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
that sucked.
That toilet was still leaking. Toilet 3.
Yeah, and I heard he did some house cleaning, too, kicking out everybody, and Stefanski, he's the new guy in charge. Yeah.
Well, good for him, and good for Jason Garrett getting a new gig.
He's
the OC for the Giants. Yeah.
Oh, he's the OC for the Giants. Yeah. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, good gig for him. Staying in the East.
Exact his revenge on the Cowboys.
Yeah, what is this, like a Star Wars reference? Oh. Anyway, real quick, we're going to get into Star Wars versus Star Trek and things versus other things that shouldn't be versus anything. But people make it so. Make it so.
But real quick, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I wanted to talk to you about Biggie.
Okay.
First of all, I wanted to ask you a question about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they extend it to people don't have nothing to do with rock and roll. So is it more just like a music kind of Hall of Fame?
It's more of a music, maybe popular music, because I'm not sure they have like Pavarotti in there. Then again, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. But it is called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I thought it should be the Rock and Roll R&B Hall of Fame, something. You know what I mean?
Like, I know, like I think Run DMC, aren't they in there?
Yeah, Run DMC there. Yes. So,
but granted, they did, Walk This Way.
Yeah.
With what?
But they're not getting in there just with one song. You got to be in there because your career was, or you had that impact on people.
Yeah.
Like Biggie did. Again, he was like 2 albums.
Yeah.
But his songs resonate to this day.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about Biggie. He's my biggest fan. And I can get into arguments about that with people all the time. It's like the Terrell Davis argument.
Yeah. Exactly.
But Biggie, when Biggie came out, he was the greatest at that time. Like, there'd be no Jay-Z. There'd be, the dude was the best. Yeah. Period.
Yep.
There's not even a question. I'm not saying other rappers weren't great. I mean, I love Rakim. I love KRS-One. I love Heavy D. I love, there's so many, Cool G Rap. There's so many rappers who were great, but Biggie had that impact. Yeah. Like, he came out of, nowhere, and it was all a dream after that. And then it was like...
And I feel like nobody was really doing what Biggie was doing, and then it was like people came after him, tried to kind of...
do what he did.
Yeah, and you couldn't really...
Because he kind of... He just came on the scene, and his flow, and again, he could flow with anybody. He could change his styles up, and not too many people can do that.
Right.
So he's just,
so good for him in the Hall of Fame.
I'm happy. I know Diddy was celebrating. That dude was all over.
Oh, he was?
Instagram. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That dude was like, yo, da-da-da. It was, and as close as they were, and, how Bad Boy was, it's just, man. Like, again, I still listen to that era music. Not saying there's anything wrong. I still listen to music from today.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be one of those people who, like Frankie Beverly comes on. This is real music. No, that's your music.
Right.
Like there's music today. I may not agree with all of it, but I know my mom wasn't agreeing to Digital Underground sex packets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she didn't really understand the Humpty dance.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm sure if she ever heard Das Effects, she'd be confused.
Exactly.
So, stickety bum hum. You didn't understand that, Mom?
Oh, man.
Tic-tac-toes. Hippity-o. Here I go. What do you not get about that, Mother?
Come on. Speaking of...
it's not the Shy Lights. Yeah. I mean, come on now.
Speaking of which, I told you I was banned from, rap music, right?
Did I tell you that?
Course, yeah.
Of course. I mean, you were such a bad kid back in the day. They didn't want you actually enacting these things,
Yeah, that's one thing I really didn't listen to my mom about at all. I did not listen to my mom. Sorry, Mom, but I didn't listen to you. Sorry.
I'm so hard-headed. It's kind of like the show. You don't listen to me.
But no, I wanted to ask you, and I know we talked about this before, but if you could pick a Biggie song, what's your Biggie song? Because I have 2.
God. Well, Corey, it's hard for me because I am biased. The one song I will pick is his freestyle with Tupac. Which gets me hyped.
Okay.
All the time. I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9 10 Mac 10s, and stuff never end. You can't touch my riches. Even if you had MC Hammer, and it just keeps going on from there. It's so good. Like, oh my God, I'm dropping stuff like a pigeon. I hope you're listening. Smacking babies at the christening. Done. Like, I want to just get up and walk away right now. That's how hype it makes me.
Yeah.
And then, because people just don't understand. Then he can sit there and do the song with Bone Thugs.
Right, with Bone Thugs.
And just Armed and Dangerous. Ain't your man can bang with us. Sweet over we know Angelus. Flavor us notorious. He can just go from slow, the ladies, the grace, the style, the grace allow me to, you know what I mean? Cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. He's just can do anything in rap. And not too many rappers could rap from A to Z, and he could without even trying.
Yep.
And that's what greatness is. And I think people don't realize that. They just want to say, oh, he only had 2 albums. So what?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's not his fault.
Just because somebody can have Master P could have 40 albums. Because, back in the day, they used to drop albums every other week sometimes. Right. Does that mean that he's great because he's been around forever?
Exactly.
You're just alive. You have longevity. Doesn't make you great because you've been around so long.
Yeah. And his first album is arguably one of the greatest first albums. Well, I had to put that up with Lauryn Hill too. Actually.
And Nas's.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a good. I mean, Ready to Die is just awesome. Still one of my favorite albums today. I mean, but
Juicy was great. Everything Juicy.
Yes, that's probably my third favorite Biggie song. My first is the One More Chance remix, and my second is Warning. That Warning is the one that.
But remember that came out. What was it? No,
but I heard Warning before it was actually released. Like before it was like they made videos and all that stuff. Because I heard like that was the Warning was the first Biggie song I heard. It was just like the story like. I was like, who is it? Because the way he flowed and just told this story, I was like, yo.
Even in the song, like I got a story to tell. Just it's he knows how to take you through a ride in his lyrics. I mean, just kidding. That was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. I always used to hang those pictures up on the wall. I had Salt and Pepper and Heavy D, and Big Daddy Kane, and all those Public Enemy on my wall. Source. I had to take the source or fresh or fly, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And take those pictures out, and you had your favorite artists up on the wall, man. And this dude who's just a couple years older than me would come out from New York and just be this person. And I've been listening to hip hop since I was, young enough to listen to. EPMD was my favorite group.
Okay.
And then a Tribe Called Quest comes in, and Phife, and Q-Tip.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang's Triumph is forget it. I bomb atomically. Just oh my god, that's all of those, and all those individually they were good.
Yeah, man.
And even that Method Man Redman song. I love Redman too, but that Method Man Biggie song, The What?
Yeah,
that's good too.
Yeah.
So
one of my favorite Biggie lines is how you live in Biggie Smalls and mansion and Benzes, giving ends to my friends, and it feels stupendous. Like, how do you come up with that? Like, oh my gosh!
Even when he guest starred on other people's stuff, it's just like, where did you come up with?
Man,
he just would come up and come up come up with stuff that you wouldn't even think of in these rhymes and these lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was just like, this dude is awesome.
I mean, it's the NOTORIOUS. You just lay down slow. Recognize a real Don when you see one. Excuse me?
Yo.
Recognize a real Don when you see one?
That's slick. That's slick, man.
Stop.
Yo, man.
It's storytelling at its best.
Yeah, man.
Sipping on booze in the House of Blues. Come on.
Man.
I'm going back to Cali.
Oh, man.
So, congratulations to Big A's family, the Faith, his kids, everybody. Just Bad Boy to New York, to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Everybody. It's just really cool, even though I still hate those Bed-Stuy jerseys that the Nets have. But that's another story.
Well, their floor is awesome, so.
No matter what, the best thing in sports to me ever is the Booth turf at Boise State. I will always love that.
Dude, that hurts my freaking eyes. I can't watch it.
What hurts my eyes is the red one.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, man.
And that's my favorite color. Dude, that's too much.
That's too much, man.
That's too much.
The red, blue is tolerable. That
Blue's
red,
close to green.
You can't, right?
So
you can't do that, man.
Obnoxious. It's real obnoxious.
Like, nah.
Oh my god. All right. So, we just had the Rise of Skywalker. It came out just last month. We're not going to start this debate over again. Please.
All right. Okay.
Which was a really good movie. And, of course, we have the Disney Plus that comes out and the new Star Wars cartoon, the Clone Wars, the final chapter comes out in February. And also coming out 2 days ago was Star Trek, which is on CBS, All Access streaming service, called Picard, which follows Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise in Star Trek The Next Generation.
Okay.
Now, when I was growing up, Star Wars was already out, of course, and Star Trek has been out. So it was the old one back with, Leonard Nimoy as Spock and
William
Shatner as, Captain. Why am I drawing a blank? What's his name?
Captain. Good Lord. Good Lord. Now
I know. It's like Kirk. Captain Kirk. Excuse me. And all the people on their bones and. I can only think of her name now, Michelle.
Gosh,
Uhura. I'm saying Uhura.
Thank you.
Good Lord, I'm sorry, people.
I'm not a Trekkie, but I like the episode when Captain Kirk went up to Spock and was like, "Spock, are you out of your Vulcan mind?"
Oh, you mean that was Star Trek Wrath of Khan?
Oh, he did say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he said that because he went in there and sacrificed himself.
Oh, okay. I just heard
one of the saddest scenes ever.
No, I was just making that up because I actually heard that was on the episode of In Living Color where
he did.
Jim Carrey, he was like,
Spock, are you out of your Vulcan mind?
Dude, I was dying when I heard that, man.
That was so awesome. But and so Star Wars was out then, and then they started over. They had some Star Trek movies with the original cast that came out before Star Trek: The Next Generation came out. I think it was 1989 or something. Star Trek: The Next Generation. But people have always had this argument: do you like Star Wars and Star Trek?
And the answer is Star Wars.
And the answer is why not both? I don't
because one's better than the other.
Now, see, that's not true. Like, to me, they're in two totally different universes, about two totally different things. They're just in space. That's the only thing that they have in common. They're not even in the same ships. Like, there's no Star Destroyers. It's the Starship Enterprise. There's the Klingon Warbirds. There's the Romulan ships. There's no, piloting. There's none of that stuff. There's no war planet. Well, Klingon the Klingon homeworld could be a war planet because they fight a lot. But I'm just saying.
What about the Vulcans? What's up with them?
They're peaceful.
They're just peaceful people, show no emotions.
No. Kind of like myself.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of calm, cool, collected, live long and prosper.
Okay.
And that's it. But there's nothing between, there's no lightsabers in Star Trek. They can beat me up, Scotty. That's just all we got. So why is there a comparison? Why do we have to pick one? You can't have both. Now, there's certain things in life I feel like you can't have. You can't have two teams in the same conference. Like, you can't follow two. Like, you can't be a Ravens fan and a Chiefs fan.
Right.
You can't do that. No, you can't do that. They're in the same conference. You can't do that. As one if you pick two in different conferences. I'm not saying you should do that either. But I have less of an issue. Like, I'm a Mets fan than if I followed the White Sox. You get what I'm saying? But I can't be a Cubs fan or a Giants fan or a Diamondbacks fan.
All right. Well, wait. Hold on. Let's back this one up. I know we're talking about Star Wars and Star Trek, but wait a minute. So I'm a Ravens fan, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I loosely, and I say this very loosely follow the Dolphins because I was a Dolphins fan before the Ravens came to town.
Yeah, but you're not. But we went to the game.
Right, I root for the Ravens.
Yes, but you didn't have a team when you grew up. Honestly, for people here, it's a totally different situation.
Yeah.
I really do believe that.
All right.
I never had my team ripped away from me in the middle of the night. And growing up, not having a team, but loving the sport. So I've never had that. So for people here, I always have an exception to it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I can only respect that fact. Because to me, the history of the Colts, Johnny Unitas is from Baltimore. He's not in Indianapolis.
Exactly.
So when I think of the history of football here, it includes the Colts part. The Colts part that was here, not the Colts parts that's in Indy. We got Johnny Unitas Stadium up the street at Towson. That's what's up.
Exactly.
Yeah, but You know, you can't like two teams. Like I said, for you it's different. I don't have that, but you're still not you follow Dolphins,
Ravens, but you're
not
very loosely follow the Dolphins.
Yeah, loosely meaning like you said, very loose. You're not like emotionally invested.
No.
So yeah, you can't have that, but you can like two things. Like you can like Biggie and Tupac. Like people, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can respect them both for their lyrics and their skill and their greatness. I'm not saying I'm one of those people. I'm a Biggie person. But if you happen to like, you know what? They're both great. They're both great. You know?
Can you like peanut butter and jelly?
Stop it. Stop it. Ketchup and mustard. but it's always got to pick. And like we were talking earlier about discussion. You know, Transformers or G.I. Joe or He-Man or Thundercats or would you like Ninja Turtles? I don't even know what else is Ninja Turtles or
there was nothing to really compare to Ninja Turtles. But see, it's funny you should say this because I think I'm one of those guys. I think I'm one of those guys that likes either or. Like I pick a side. I don't know why I do that because I hated G.I. Joe, but I love Transformers. You know
but I like both. They both are really freaking good, and they're separate from each other.
I love Star Wars. I've never seen an episode of Star Trek in my life.
Yeah, and I love both.
That's crazy.
I'll make a lightsaber, but I'll also, you know, do a Vulcan mind meld. I mean, why can't I do both? I love both things. So it's like, but you can have that, but people, this is society. We're just always so, you got to have this. You know, if it's actor, you know, you like The Rock or you like Stone Cold or you like, you know,
NWA or WWF. Like I was a WWF guy.
Yeah,
I've never watched it.
But NWA. I watched both. I mean, again, I definitely was not a WWE person. I just was not. I didn't like Hulk Hogan. I'm a Ric Flair.
See, I love Hulk Hogan. That was
Give me Ric Flair 24/7, 366. Because he could actually wrestle. Because people in WWE didn't know what wrestling was. They just knew that this big dude who took his vitamins and said his prayers and had 5 moves, and it was exciting.
Come on, man. You didn't like that leg drop, man? Come on.
Punch, kick, clothesline, leg drop. Seriously.
Come on.
I didn't even know what a step over toe hold was.
But you're right, because like I was a WWE, WWF back in the day guy. And I could care less about NWA, man.
Yeah. But that's because if you're raised on something, people... Again, I was in New York. New York is a huge WWE thing. I remember the first time when WCW came up north. They went to New Jersey. It was all just a southern promotion. And when they came up north, I was so freaking excited. Like, oh, my God, finally they're, you know, actually coming up north somewhere. But to me... If you can like both things, you want to like both things. Like, I like bad guys, you know, mostly. But, I mean, there's some Jedis I like, or there's some Autobots I like, but I like Decepticons more. You know what I mean? I like Starscream. He's my favorite Decepticon.
Yeah, and I like Autobots,
Yeah, but, you know, you can like things. And especially when they don't have anything really in common except for where they're located.
Okay.
Oh, it's in space, so it's got to be this or that. Like, I only watch NBC. I don't watch CBS. Well, why don't you watch CBS? I don't know. I just grew up on NBC. I don't know. Cosby shows on NBC, Different World. I knew they had a lot of black shows. Well, what shows do they have now? Don't you follow? I don't know. I just started sticking with it. Yeah. Well, why don't you try CBS? Yeah. Why don't you try ABC? You don't know what they have.
Yeah.
You know, and people just get so competitive and have to divide everything without trying to say, "Oh, let me see what this is about." But then once they do, there's always those people like, I can't get into this because, you know, there's no lightsabers, there's no, you know, the Force. It's a totally different thing. It's totally different. And some people may not just like it. I'm fine with that.
The crazy thing with Star Trek, weren't there only like 2 seasons of Star Trek, the original?
The original one? I think it was just 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just
crazy. 1. And it was just such a cult. I got into that watching it on WPIX in New York, Channel 11. It used to come on after the Honeymooners.
Wow.
And I used to watch it. I'm like, this is pretty good. Then they started making the movies, and there you go.
Yeah, I just remember seeing the reruns when I was a little kid, but I was just like,
Trouble with Tribbles. I mean, there's so many really good episodes, and so, you know, it's one of those things like It's a Wonderful Life. When it first came out, it was like, then after one long was like, now all of a sudden it's this cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, it was the same thing as Star Trek. It was a flop.
It was a flop. It was gone.
And started playing it during Christmas, and all of a sudden it got this cult following. So. And
then they started Star Trek Next Generation, and then you go on from there. And now we have Discovery and Picard. And matter of fact, it went from Star Trek Next Generation to Deep Space Nine.
That's right, Deep Space Nine.
Voyager, which I watched all of those. And Deep Space Nine is one of my favorite ones too.
Was Whoopi Goldberg on one of the Star Wars?
She was on Star Trek Next Generation.
Okay,
and once we're done, I'll show you the clip where Patrick Stewart went on the whatever her TV show is. The Talk or something? I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever.
The View, The Talk, one of those.
I think it's The View. And talk to her, and I want you to see that. I'll show it to you.
All right.
But, she played a character called Guinan.
Okay.
And, of course, we all knew Whoopi before that. But it was so cool to see Whoopi in that. And, hell, LeVar Burton. LeVar Burton played a slave when I first saw him. Then he was reading Rainbow.
I was about to say, I remember him from, he was Kunta, but I remember him from reading Rainbow.
And then he went from reading Rainbow to Geordie LaForge. And I loved it. It was like, oh, this is cool. And Whoopi,
now that makes sense.
What?
I started to call you because I was doing a crossword puzzle, and the answer was blank LaForge from Star Trek, and I couldn't get it. And I was like,
why did you call me?
Yeah. And
did you figure it out?
Yeah, I finally got it. But I started to call. I was like, LaForge. I was like, I don't know who this is, but I finally did get it. Process of elimination.
Lieutenant Commander Geordie LaForge, head of engineering.
But I was stuck for a while, and I started to text you. Like,
I would have known that.
I know. But no, that's pretty cool, man. That Star Trek has this huge following. I just couldn't. Maybe I should try watching it. I will say though, when they made these new Star Trek movies, I think the J.J. Abrams ones, I liked it. Like I liked the first one.
So you did watch those?
Yeah. Okay. Like I saw the first one, I really enjoyed it. I saw the second one, and I thought that was cool too. And I think there was a third one. What was the third one called? Star Trek. It was like a dark name or something.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Into the Darkness. I didn't see that one. So, but I enjoyed them. I was like, these are cool.
And hopefully coming out for another one, a fourth one soon. But I loved those. Those were cool. Like I said, I really liked, and they all did a good job with the characters and casting. Okay. Once you do a good job with casting, and it really makes everything better.
Well, they had Siler play Spock for a little bit.
And Siler's just a good actor.
Yeah.
But he looks like Spock.
Yeah, so I thought that was good.
What's his name? Chris Pine is, I keep saying Will Shatner, is Captain Kirk.
Yeah. And Zoe Saldana, was she Uhura or whatever her name is?
Uhura. Yeah, Lieutenant Uhura. And,
was she in that? Or am I thinking?
Yeah, she's in that.
Okay, that's it.
And the guy who, I can't remember his name, but the guy who plays Bones, who's in
Bones. No, just joking.
Who plays McCoy. He's in that show on Amazon I was telling you about. The Boys. Yeah, he's in The Boys. And so he plays a great, Bones. Like he plays a great Dr. McCoy. They did great on their whole casting.
Okay.
Montgomery. Unfortunately, I think they lost the guy who played Lieutenant Chekhov. He got actually killed by a car. He got hit by a car. So, they lost him. But their casting was awesome. And that was a really good couple. I think the last one didn't do that well, which it was okay. I had Idris Elba as the bad guy, that one. But that one was just all right. But the one where it was like the Wrath of Khan remake, that one was awesome. And the first one was really good. So,
okay.
But we don't have to, just if you like something, you like it. Do you just know? Or if you like something, you haven't tried the other part where people are like, well, I like this, you don't need to see it, just look at it. There's people, just try stuff. There's different flavors. There's vanilla, there's chocolate, there's strawberry, there's Neapolitan. People love Neapolitan ice cream.
I thought it was called Neapolitan. I mean, yeah. That's what I thought it was.
Stop it.
Napoleon? That's what I thought it was.
Stop
first.
It. Stop
no, I did. No, I'm serious.
When you were a kid?
No.
Anyway, I can't stand you some days. Well, you can have that ice cream that has everything together, okay? Me, I do. I just like
have Rocky Road ice cream?
No. I like chocolate chip cookie dough.
That's my favorite ice cream. Is that your favorite ice cream?
That's my favorite ice cream.
Man!
Well, that's why we do the show together.
Wow.
We just discovered this.
Wow.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Yeah. No, chocolate, listen, you can't chocolate chip cookie dough gives you everything.
Oh,
it gives you the cookie, it gives you the chip, and it gives you the rest of it.
Yes.
And you can't beat it. You can't beat
man.
chocolate chip cookie dough.
Oh man. So on Martin Luther King Day, we went to Ice Cream Factory. We went to Turkey Hill Ice Cream Factory.
Oh, where's that at?
It's in Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And they give you like unlimited free samples of ice cream, right?
God.
So I was so upset, man. They had chocolate chip mint, which is my second favorite, but they had no chocolate chip cookie dough. I was like,
I would have walked out. First of all, I don't do mint.
well, you know me. I love the minty peppermint patty.
Yeah, I like peppermint patties. They're good, but I can only have like 2.
No,
because after that, your mouth becomes so
minty.
Yes, that is overwhelming at that point.
But the best combination though is that with like a Sprite, you get this double minty flavor. It's so nice.
No, that sounds like that should be painful in some ways.
Oh man.
No, I'm just a chocolate chip.
But all right, that's cool. I didn't know that. All right, my man.
Yeah, I don't eat ice cream a ton.
Yeah,
but when I do, it's gonna be chocolate chip cookie dough.
Sound like the Dos Equis guys. I don't drink a lot, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis.
Dude, do you see the ones where they're reading the back of the bottle, like during a commercial?
I don't think so.
It's just they're holding the bottle and they're like, "Son, we just need to have a talk." It's like, "Okay, Dad," and he's like, 24% alcohol.
Oh, yes, I have seen those.
They're just dumbest, most entertaining commercials.
You're like, huh?
I wish my dad told me that. How do you think of those things?
Oh, man.
Like, oh, God. Like those, and they're like remaking some of the Geico commercials.
Yes.
And it's just Pinocchio.
But I love how the Geico's doing this because you kind of forget
you
like
have
the
potential.
old. Yeah.
And you.
That's awesome.
That's a profile pic.
But but no, I just think it's so cool because you forget about the squirrels, the pig, like so many ones I forgot about that was so funny. So I love how
Chuck in the wood. I keep Chuck in the wood, bitch.
Look what happened. No, but that's cool, man. That's cool.
But this doesn't have to be this versus that. If you like any show, watch it.
I totally disagree.
You know what? It's like right now we have with wrestling, AEW versus NXT. Both shows come on at 8 o'clock.
Gotta pick one
Wednesday night.
So you gotta pick one.
You can watch both.
Nope, you gotta pick one.
You can record one and watch one, or like I do, I turn back and forth. I'm more of an AEW person, but I really do love some of the wrestlers that are on NXT. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, man. It sounds like you just need to take a stand, man. Just pick a side and just roll with it, man.
No.
All right.
No, because I'm not depriving myself of seeing something else is just as good or close to being as good as that.
Dang, you mean all those years I missed Ric Flair wrestling and I actually was missing something?
You're missing the best wrestler that most people call the greatest wrestler of all time, yes.
Yeah, all because I didn't want to watch NWA.
All because, I get into arguments with Dan. Like, arguments.
So Hulk Hogan really isn't the greatest?
Never. Stop it. He drew the most money. He was the most popular because, a lot of kids are, when they're little, they're sheep and they can't think any differently. And they just like the big, blonde, muscled dude who can't move. I mean, most of y'all were like that. Me, I like the bad guys. This guy came out here from Rolex on, a fur coat, 3 women on his arm, and talking about reeling, dealing, styling, profiling, riding Space Mountain. I loved it. There's no vitamins and no prayers here. It's about what limousine he's riding outside that's waiting for him.
Yeah.
It's about calling that person fat and he's going to take your woman later. It's about going out there and putting on a clinic and beating whoever was in front of him. That was Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved every second of it.
Nah, that's pretty cool. But now I'm just realizing, man, there's so much in life I probably missed out on, man. All because
you're very black or white person. It's like that Michael Jackson did, I think.
Oh,
well, I mean, like your show. This is like your one side of the road.
Yeah, but I can be swayed.
Yes,
I can be swayed if
you
present me with evidence, with facts, with good information.
Yeah.
I can be swayed a bit.
Yeah, but once you get past your own personal whatever, which that takes a minute to get through. Yeah. But just, again, it's all it is for me. Like, I'm the type of person, not anything life-threatening, but I would probably try anything just once, because what if I do like it?
Exactly.
Now, again, I'm not trying every Oreo flavor that they have out, because this is too many. And I just like my golden Oreos, and I'm fine, and I call it a day. Okay?
So you Kellogg's or what's the other one?
Post or something?
Yeah, Post. Because I was a Kellogg's guy. I ain't mess with Post cereal, man. See, this is exactly this is exactly what you're talking about. I only did Kellogg stuff. I couldn't mess with the Post cereals because they sucked.
I don't even know what Post had. What did they have? Raisin Bran or something?
No, but they had like the off-brand stuff.
No, they weren't the ones at the bottom of the shelf.
No, they weren't the generic. But Kellogg, like the Kellogg cereals, were way better than the Post.
Because I was fighting with somebody the other day. I was like, Fruitios are not Fruit Loops.
No,
I don't care what anybody tells me. They taste the same. No, they don't. Not. Don't you ever insult me.
There's one thing I can't do. I can't do generic cereal, man.
I can't do generic anything. Yeah. Like I need Jiffy peanut butter. I don't need super value.
No,
I can't.
Even though there's a difference, and Jiffy's my favorite, I can do with the Giant brand.
No, I can't. I can't. I mean, Jif. And don't give me but you like the Jif with the damn peanuts in it.
Oh, no, Skippy is what I was thinking about. It's weird. Like, I've gone through phases with peanut butter. It used to be just creamy. Then for a minute, I was doing the crunchy with just the peanut butter. I mean, with the peanuts added. But now I'm back to the creamy.
Yeah, no, never got out of the creamy version.
Why not? Heard you need to try it, man.
No, I've had the other one. A, tears your bread apart. B, if I wanted freaking peanuts, I'll eat freaking peanuts. I don't need it in the damn peanut butter.
You get that extra fat and protein.
No, you don't. I don't want that crap in there. Then it takes away from the jelly.
Oh, man, I love that, man.
I didn't like it.
But, yeah, you're right. The more I think about this, you're right. I pick sides. Coke or Pepsi? I'm not messing with Pepsi.
I've had both.
But Coke's better.
See, Coke is way better. Yeah. But the problem was when I went to Towson, they signed a deal with Pepsi, and I didn't have a choice.
Speaking of which, Royal Farms, man, they're in some spat with Coke right now, and they're removing all their Coke products right now.
What?
They're in some type of spat with Coke, man.
What?
Yeah.
Over what? It's like, you know what? I always equate it to this. I know if you put up their lineup between Coke and Pepsi, I feel like younger people are Pepsi people and older people are Coke people. But I just stopped drinking soda, period.
Yeah.
Because it's really not the best thing for you. Unless you want to sponsor the show. So, if you go down the line of what Coke has, Coke, Sprite, what does Pepsi have? What's after Pepsi? Was it even 7-Up? I don't even know if they had it. Or what was the
Mountain Dew, maybe?
See, I like Mountain Dew, though.
Ugh.
See, Mountain Dew was cool. That's like rocket fuel.
Yeah.
I like Mountain Dew. But Mountain Dew was still a different flavor than Sprite. Like,
yeah,
It's like they try to make Sierra Mist or something. I don't even know. Like, but 7-Up, it's like 7-Up is like dollar store. I don't do dollar store stuff.
Whoa, what do you mean?
Like,
I actually like 7-Up.
Do you? Over Sprite?
No. I like Sprite better, but I like 7-Up.
No, but 7-Up,
Cherry 7-Up is... there's nothing like Cherry 7-Up, man. But you're right. I pick sides, man. Cocoa,
but I've been telling you this.
I really do pick sides.
Yeah, but I try... Like I said, you can like Biggie and Tupac. I'm a Biggie guy. But I like some of the songs Tupac had, and they were boys. And I think people usually just had to pick a side, like the East Coast, West Coast beef or whatever, because that's what they had to do. And it's not, and you can't, and sometimes in life, you can enjoy the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Why not?
Tupac went to my school and I still don't like him.
I mean, that's a personal choice. Yeah.
Well,
maybe it's because he took Jada to the prom.
Yeah. Maybe, man. I don't know.
So, it's one of those things. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. There's other podcasts out there you can choose, but if you only choose ours, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing you can't do. If you say N1MD podcast or, I don't know, said other podcast here, you can choose us, and we appreciate it. We're on all your podcasting formats: Google, Spotify, iHeart, Apple, iTunes, Spreaker, and of course Stitcher apps. Just download us, NYMD Podcast, because we are everywhere. We're also on YouTube, where you can subscribe to us. And we're on IG, Facebook. Follow us on our Facebook page and our IG page. And we're on the Twitter. So we will see you next week.
Super Bowl Sunday, Hurt.
Holla!
Yeah.